The film begins with a girl named Sloan sitting with her father as she prepares bread for breakfast. While they're talking, they suddenly hear someone outside screaming for help. Her father tells Sloan not to move and goes out to see what's happening. Just seconds later, he comes back terrified and panicked, telling her, "We need to leave now." Sloan looks outside to understand what's going on, and that's when the shock hits. She sees people attacking and eating each other. The whole world has turned into zombies. At one point, a zombie almost attacks her, but her father saves her at the last second, pulls her inside, and locks the door. The real disaster happens when a zombie gets into the house. Her father tries to protect her, but unfortunately, he gets bitten. Sloan is horrified by the scene. She runs out of the house, seeing zombies everywhere in the streets. As she keeps running, one of them nearly catches her, but she manages to escape and hides until she meets a guy named Reese. He asks her if she's Layla's sister, and she says yes. Then another guy named Carrie joins them and asks if her sister is with her, but she says she's alone. Carrie tells them they need to leave the area immediately. As they move, they find a car. When they check it, they discover a woman and her children inside, Grace and Trace. They all decide to escape together until they reach a place where a group of people has gathered, but chaos has broken out and the army starts shooting. They head into a house to hide. Grace turns on the lights, but Carrie yells at her, "Turn that off! You'll expose us!" He warns that if the zombies get inside, they'll be trapped. She responds that they'll hear the zombies before they get too close and can escape from the rooftop, just like they did before, which is how they managed to get out of their house alive. After that, she goes to treat her wounds, and at the same time we see Sloan sitting there, thinking about memories with her sister. A flashback takes us back to the moment when her sister woke her up from sleep, and Sloan realized she was late for school. She was worried because she had an exam and feared that her father would get angry, but her sister reassured her and told her she would drive her there without their father noticing. When they arrived at school, her sister gave Sloan a birthday gift. Sloan thanked her, left the gift in the car, and said, "We'll open it when you come back." Back in the present, the group suddenly hears loud banging noises. They all gather near the stairs to see what's happening. Carrie wants to go check, but Grace's mother tries to stop him and tells him they need to run. He replies, "Where are we supposed to run? The whole world is full of zombies." Then he grabs a baseball bat. Suddenly, a zombie crashes in through the window. Carrie kills it, and they all rush out of the house. Carrie decides that the best place for them to go is their high school. They ask him if the road is clear, and he confidently tells them not to worry. Grace's mother bravely takes the lead, but the disaster is that the road is actually full of zombies, not empty like Carrie claimed. She gets surrounded, and sadly, the zombies attack and kill her. As they run, one zombie grabs Sloan while another grabs Carrie, but Carrie manages to break free, and Reese saves Sloan. They keep running until they climb over the school wall and make it inside. Once inside their school, they hide there, but they are shocked when they hear strange noises coming from one of the classrooms. They realize the principal is inside. Carrie picks up the first thing he finds as a weapon and heads toward the sound, only to be stunned when he discovers that the principal has turned into a zombie. He keeps hitting him until he finally kills him. After that, he comes back and tells his friends that it was only the principal. Then they begin locking all the doors to secure the place and make sure nothing can get in. Sloan keeps trying to call her sister Layla, but there's no answer. At that moment, Reese walks in, and Sloan gets startled. He asks her if she has been bitten. She says she doesn't know, but she's covered in blood. He reassures her and explains that the infection only spreads through bites. They all gather together and turn on the radio. A message comes through telling them to find a safe place, lock themselves in securely, and that help will arrive soon. Sloan goes to the bathroom, washes the blood off her face, then returns to the group as they begin gathering all the food they can find in the school. At one point, Trace suddenly confronts Carrie and says, "There's no way the street could fill with zombies in 10 seconds, and you told us the road was clear." Carrie swears that it really was empty and says he has no idea where all those zombies suddenly came from. Trace accuses Carrie of being the reason their mother died on purpose, and the two of them start arguing until the others are forced to pull them apart. Later, Sloan goes with Trace, who tells her she found some clothes in the theater room. They head there to take showers and get a little rest. While Sloan is walking through the school, she hears the zombies outside pounding violently on the doors. She quickly runs to warn the others, and they lock the doors before hiding in the library. They notice one door where there are no zombies at all. Sloan tells them that's because of the wall outside. Carrie likes the idea and says that this door will be their escape plan if things get worse. A little later, they suddenly hear a massive explosion, almost like an earthquake. Terrified, they rush outside to look and find fire everywhere, with zombies running in all directions. Carrie tells them that was the gas station exploding. The next day, Reese asks Carrie for the exit keys so he can go on a scouting trip. Carrie refuses at first, but when he sees how determined Reese is, he finally gives them to him. Sloan decides to go out with Reese, and of course, he's happy about it. While searching around, they find a large bottle of alcohol. They all gather together, laugh, and try to lift their spirits so they can forget their worries for a while. That night, everyone falls asleep, but someone places a hand on Sloan's head while she is sleeping without her noticing. When she wakes up, she feels that someone is behind her. The moment she turns to look, the person quickly hides. She runs to Grace in fear and says, "There's someone here. I saw them with my own eyes." Everyone wakes up and they start searching through the school until they finally catch the intruder. To their surprise, it turns out to be one of their teachers, hiding inside a locker. He's carrying a weapon, so they immediately take it away from him. After that, they bring him with them and give him food and water. The teacher tells them that this place is safe, but Carrie replies, "Safe how? If you got in this easily, then the zombies can get in too." The teacher pretends not to know anything and tells them he doesn't even remember how he got inside. Sloan keeps watching him closely while he eats, and she starts to grow suspicious of him. He gets irritated and says to her, "Are you going to keep staring at me like that?" Sloan tells the group that this man was watching them while they were asleep, and she even felt him come close to her. He quickly defends himself, saying he only heard noises and wanted to make sure there weren't any zombies around. As soon as he leaves, Sloan asks Reese about the weapon and tells everyone, "This teacher can't be trusted. I'm sure he touched me while I was sleeping." They take him to the bathroom to wash up, and when he comes back, Carrie asks Reese about the weapon and reveals to the group that the teacher has been bitten. He saw the bite with his own eyes. The teacher panics and asks them, "Are you really planning to kill me?" He tries to convince them that he is not infected. Carrie angrily tells him, "I saw it with my own eyes. Show it to us right now." Once cornered, the teacher tries to run, but Carrie grabs him, and they all finally see the bite for themselves. The teacher keeps begging them, saying, "There's nothing wrong with me. I'm not showing any symptoms." Reese tells him, "I believe you," but no one else is willing to trust him. Sloan raises the weapon at the teacher, while Reese tries to calm her down, but Carrie keeps pushing her to kill him. In the end, the teacher asks them to let him leave with his dignity, and everyone agrees. But the moment he stands in front of the door, he starts begging them not to send him out, telling them that death is waiting for him outside. Still, none of them are willing to let him stay. He keeps pleading for them to open the door. Carrie goes to open it, but the teacher suddenly betrays him and bites his hand. As he does it, he tells them that this is the proof that he was never infected. Trace quickly grabs the weapon, forces the teacher outside, and slams the door shut behind him. Trace tells them that Carrie should also be thrown out since he was bitten, but Reese suggests locking him inside the nurse's office instead. If he starts showing any signs, then they can kill him or throw him outside. Carrie feels hurt and asks them, "Why are you treating me like this when you chased the teacher out right away?" In the end, they agree with Reese's plan and take Carrie to the nurse's office. Grace cleans his wound and treats his hand. After that, Reese tells them to listen to the radio. They hear that there is a shelter for the remaining survivors, but it is very far away and they need a car to reach it. Trace tells them, "It's better if we stay here," but Carrie disagrees and says the food and water will run out and then we'll have nothing left to eat. An argument breaks out between them, with everyone trying to force their own opinion. Sloan leaves them arguing and goes to sit alone, but she is shocked when she finds a body in front of her. As she gets closer, she panics. It turns out to be their teacher. She starts screaming and calls for the others. Reese and the group come running in shock. Grace goes near him, but unfortunately, he attacks her, and everyone is terrified. Grace then begs them to kill her and put her out of her misery. Trace picks up the weapon and shoots him dead. A little later, Trace goes to check on his sister, but the biggest shock comes when he realizes that she has also been bitten. Trace breaks down, hugging her and crying, and even Carrie is devastated because he had feelings for her. Sadly, the girl dies, and everyone is deeply affected, left in tears over this tragedy. After all that chaos, Sloan goes to comfort Carrie. Suddenly, Trace attacks her like a madman, accusing her of being the reason his sister died, but the others quickly hold him back and pull him away from her. Sloan walks off alone and checks her phone. She finds a message from her sister saying, "Come back home. It's safe now." When she shows the message to Reese, he tells her it is probably an old text because the network has been down for a while. But Sloan is determined to go back home and make sure for herself. She tells them that her father has a car there, which would make the trip to the survivor shelter much easier. Reese refuses to let her go alone and says he will come with her. Carrie also decides to help them. Sloan goes to Trace, who is sitting beside his sister's body, and asks if he wants to come with them. He apologizes for attacking her, but he has completely lost hope in everything. He tells her, "Everyone dies," and asks for her forgiveness. In that moment, he shoots himself and decides to stay beside his sister forever. Sloan is horrified. She rushes back to Reese and Carrie and tells them what happened. They decide to head out into the street, only to be shocked when they find it completely filled with zombies. Reese starts taking them out one by one. When Sloan tries to fire her gun, she realizes it is empty. They use a car alarm to distract the zombies so they can escape. When they finally reach the house, disaster strikes again when the house alarm suddenly goes off and exposes them, causing the zombies to swarm toward them. Carrie sacrifices himself and tells them, "I'll draw them to me. Run. We'll meet at Sloan's house." He successfully lures the zombies away while Reese and Sloan hide nearby. At one point, a zombie almost spots them, but once the road clears, they run to the house. They climb over the wall and enter through the window. Once inside, Sloan desperately searches for her sister, but the heartbreaking shock comes when she finds that she has already turned into a zombie and attacks her. Sloan grabs her, breaks down in tears, and in the end, is forced to kill her to put her at peace. Reese comes over and hugs her, and then she also finds her father dead. She goes to the car and finds her birthday gift. When she opens it, she discovers an emotional letter her sister had written for her. Sloan cries from the bottom of her heart. Reese gets into the car and asks, "Are you ready to go?" She replies, "There's nothing left for me here anymore." And with that, they finally set off toward the survivors' shelter. Here we've reached the end of the film. Don't forget to support the channel with a like, leave a nice comment, and subscribe if you haven't already so you can receive more of our movie recaps. Thanks for watching, and see you in a new film.